Gut, dann. Okay. Ja, können wir machen, wenn wir in Neon sind. Dann sprechen wir mit Barrett.
Hey, Dusty. If you're ever thinking to yourself, I could really listen to Barrett's dulcet voice right now, then instead of dreaming about me, stop by and say hello, okay?
Digga, der Typ redet mir echt viel zu
Nice job.
viel.
We're right on target.
Approaching ship. You've entered Freestar Collective space. Maintain your current course while we scan for contraband.
Natürlich, natürlich.
And that's it.
So, halt die Schnauze, ich muss landen. Ja, dann landen wir und dann sprechen wir mal mit Barrett.
I have something for you.
Hallo.
You know, traveling with you has been more than just good old fashioned fun. It's been, well, therapeutic.
War das therapeutisch für dich? Wie?
Well, I buried my pain about Irvin for so long that I needed a nudge and a different perspective.
Mhm. Hat dich das wirklich so sehr belastet?
I know. It didn't seem like it, right? Well, I was hiding it from everyone, including myself. I can see now how much it was affecting me. I know now that clearing Irvin's name would set me free from the grief.
Mm, ja, so ein Feedback bekommt man nicht alle Tage.
Well, just ask. Anyway, thanks for the support, Captain.
Warst du nicht eine Weile mit Vesco unterwegs?
Yeah, of course. Vasco is a fantastic co-pilot. He doesn't sleep, he reacts quickly. He's a fascinating friend.
Ich habe nicht verstanden, warum jetzt die Frage da ist, aber okay. Wir sind ein tolles Team.
That's just a fact. Which brings me back to that plan I mentioned earlier. I think I know how to move forward now. But I'm going to need your help. My contact sent a gift.
Dein Cyberrunner-Kontakt?
Yep, my friend from Neon, who's helped
Ah,
me out more times than I deserve.
passend, dass wir gerade hier in Neon sind. Wurde er bemerkt?
Nope. They were confident about not being detected, but not like too confident.
Hat da jemand echte Beweise gefunden?
Seems real to me. So they found an insurance settlement. Irvin's employers got paid as compensation for sabotage.
Über wie viel Geld reden wir?
And they claimed they had to ditch the whole mine and all the equipment inside and construct a new mine with new equipment. They were reimbursed for all of it.
Klingt sass.
Seems that the mining company got a huge payout after they won the case against Irvin. We have the settlement paperwork from their insurance. Tons of money. The missing piece here is proving that Irvin was framed. So I discovered that Irvin's original lawyer still practices law. And she'll look over everything we found.
Können wir dieser Anwältin vertrauen?
Yes, I believe so. Every case she's worked on has been in the interest of regular, everyday people. She doesn't seem to be in this for the money. I mean, heck, she said she wouldn't even charge us for the initial consultation anyway.
Und warum sollte sie uns helfen?
Irvin's case was her first case, she said. She always hated how it ended. And she's now got 2 decades of experience behind her for a rematch, too.
Dann auf zu dieser Anwältin.
Oh, detective. I like the sound of that. If I'm the detective, does that make you my trustworthy and sensible partner with a heart of gold?
Wovon redest du?
I swear it was a cliche in old detective novels. You have the hard-boiled detective who's seen it all, and the optimistic assistant who wants to save the world.
Wir sind beide
Damn
Detektive.
right we are. Anyway, we should take everything to the lawyer and see what she says. Maybe she reviews it and decides we have no case, or we need more evidence. I don't know. If we don't have a case, I can probably let it go. But I have to try.
Können wir ihr die gesammelten Beweise schicken?
Yes, I've already arranged for my contact to drop off the evidence at our office.
Hast du je wieder was zu Irvins Apartment gehört?
Oh, yep. I've got a key card for it. But I don't know what condition it's in. It's been 20 years, but I got the ventilation and power turned on, so I think it's safe.
Mhm. Dann auch zu der Anwältin.
Fantastic. I knew I could count on you. You're as reliable as an atomic clock. I've sent a list of everything we've found so far to the lawyer on Gagarin. You know, I actually feel optimistic about this. Lead the way, Detective.
Okay, also Gagarin ist da der nächste Anhaltspunkt. Aber jetzt sind wir erstmal hier in Neon und werden uns jetzt erstmal hier drin kümmern. Hallo, Jalen Price.
I don't care who you work for. You can't just... Oh, you're the rookie, aren't you?
Ja. Hast du jemand anderen erwartet?
Not exactly, but I get a lot of unwanted visitors. Kinda comes with the territory here.
Mhm. Du bist wohl Ranger Price. Wir kennen ihn ja auch schon.
Only. Well, the marshal's message said you were following a lead about a stolen ship. Truth is, a lot of stolen goods flow through here, but this city is real good at keeping its secrets, even from us.
Du findest also, ich sollte einfach aufgeben?
No, I think you should be careful.
Ja, die wollen bestimmt das Gesetz ändern. Ich hoffe, ich kann auf deine Hilfe zählen.
You can count on my help if you play by the rules. This isn't Aquila City. The badge doesn't carry the same weight here. The people who run this place aren't overly concerned about the law. Our job is to keep the peace and make sure the violence doesn't get out of hand. The last thing anyone around here wants is some hotshot deputy looking in every dark corner.
If half the things I've heard about this place are true, then you should listen to him.
Hat er gerade gesagt, then you should listen to him? Aber beim Untertitel stand, dann solltest du ihn einfach ignorieren? Okay. Du drückst also einfach ein Auge zu?
I pick my battles, and I pick them carefully. Our first duty is to protect the people of the Free Star Collective. But sometimes you have to choose which people to protect, because not everyone is innocent.
Mhm. Und wer hat hier das Sagen?
That would be Benjamin Bayou. He's out
Kennen
to
wir
squeeze
schon.
every credit he can from the people of this city. He doesn't much care who gets hurt in the process. He's also got a seat on the Council of Governors, which proves that if you've got enough credits, you can buy anything you want.
Mal gucken. Aber wir können ja erstmal sagen, dass wir keinen Ärger haben.
Good.
Yeah, we definitely won't cause trouble.
Your stolen ship would have had to land at the spaceport. If it was right off the factory floor, it would have stood out. There's a guy I know, Billy Clayton, does maintenance work around the city and keeps an eye on ship traffic for me. I'll introduce you, but don't expect a favor. Even if it doesn't cost credits, nothing in Neon is free.
Mhm. Ist dein Informant auch wirklich vertrauenswürdig?
This is Neon. There are no guarantees, and who I find trustworthy changes on a daily basis. Talk to him or don't, it's your call.
Du kriegst oft ungebetenen Besuch, hast du gesagt?
Neon's full of desperate people who have nowhere else to turn. For some, it's the drugs. For others, it's gambling. There are a lot of ways to lose everything in this city. My rule is simple. If someone brought it on themselves, then I don't get involved.
Hm. Ich dachte, Ranger müssen Menschen in Not helfen.
Rangers are supposed to exercise good judgment. I'm one person here. I can't help everybody. The best I can do is try to protect the ones who are innocent. And believe me, it's a full-time job.
Irgendwelche Tipps für einen Deputy der Freestar Ranger, der in Neon zu Werke geht?
Stay out of people's business until you can. Be willing to let the small stuff slide. Don't break up a fight unless it's getting out of hand. Most of all, don't assume that badge will protect you.
Meine Waffe wird das. Dann bring mich mal zu Billy Clayton.
You might want this.
Nein.
That was pretty impressive how you volunteered to help out with the bank heist in Aquila City. Yeah, I read all the reports. You learn quickly that a Neon staying informed and staying alive are closely linked. What stood out to me was that you didn't lose a single hostage. No wonder the marshal tried to recruit you right away. If he hadn't, it would have made him look like a fool, having some random stranger step in and do the job he couldn't. Now, someone... But you understand that, don't you? That's why you just told me that you won't cause trouble. Keep that in mind, and you'll fit right in.
So, mal gucken.
No funny stuff with that boost pack. Got enough light traffic as it is.
Ich werde nicht versprechen, dass ich keinen Ärger mache. Wenn nötig, dann ist es nötig. Ist das etwa Billy, ja?
Hey, Billy, got a second? What? Oh, it's you. Gave me a good scare. I thought you were one of Goodman's people. Sure, far from it. Our new deputy here is working a case, and I thought you might be able to help. Take it away, rookie.
Okay.
What do you need?
Also. Spuck's aus am Schau. Mein Gott, Alter. Hier ist vor kurzem ein gestohlenes Hope-Tech-Schiff gelandet. Ich brauche Infos zum Piloten.
A stolen Hope-Tech ship, huh? Well, here's the thing. Neon's got no end of shipjackers. I see them go every day. It's tough for a guy to remember one from the other. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Neon is nothing if not fishy.
Vielleicht hilft das dein Gedächtnis auf die Sprünge.
Credits ain't really what I need. There is something you can do for me.
When people don't want credits, I worry.
I can help you, but right now my life is in danger, and I haven't even done anything wrong. Freestar Rangers are supposed to protect the innocent, right?
Worauf willst du hinaus?
Please, just hear me out, okay? I need to know I can count on you.
Ja, Leuten helfen gehört wohl zum Job.
Then you need to hear this. It's about my brother. He died while still in debt to a syndicate loan shark by the name of Emmett Goodman. Now, Goodman's coming after me to collect. He says if I don't pay up, I'm a dead man.
Sorry about your brother. Debt isn't worth a life.
Well, on Neon it is.
Von welchem Syndikat redest du?
The only one that matters around here. The Seoka Syndicate. They pretty much run the city. That being said, rumor has it that Emmett Goodman is on the outs, so they might not miss him much if he were to disappear.
Mhm. Ja, komm, wir reden mal mit
I
ihm.
swear it on my best set of wrenches. Goodman's holed up in one of the warehouses on Epps side. Place is locked up tight, but there's a guard who watches the door, and he's got the key.
I'll stay with Billy in case Goodman's men come to collect. They're not stupid enough to tangle with me.
Okay, noch was? Was ist mit deinem Bruder passiert?
The usual story you hear in Neon. The Aurora got him. He was so addicted he pawned off everything he owned. He finally got clean, but he was flat on his back, so he borrowed some money to start over. One day, I stopped hearing from him. A week later, they pulled what was left of him out of a hydroelectric turbine. It was ruled an accident, but I get the feeling he fell behind in his payments, and that bastard Goodman is an example of him.
Was kannst du mir über Emmett Goodman sagen?
Greedy, manipulative son of a bitch who takes advantage of people that are desperate for money. Word is he's not pulling his weight in the syndicate, and his bosses are looking to cut him loose. It's probably why he hides in his warehouse with all those guards around.
Okay.
Oh, that's all.
Du noch
Don't
was?
make assumptions. Be ready for anything.
Nein.
Later.
Na gut. Dann wollen wir... dann wollen wir doch mal diesen Kredithai Hallo sagen. Oder wo schickt mich das Spiel hin?
Here's where the magic happens. And by magic, I mean creating Aurora out of fish guts, I guess.
Alles unter Kontrolle.
All yours.
This
Hallo?
is private property. You better keep walking. This is private property.
Ist das so? Ja, die Marke ist ihm egal. Wir überzeugen ihn mal.
Do you now?
Ich muss da rein. Ich verstehe schon, du kannst nicht alle reinlassen. Regeln sind Regeln.
Finally, someone who gets it.
Ja, aber mich lässt du rein, ne? Wir finden eine
I'm
Lösung.
glad you understand the position I'm in here. You go in, talk to the man, and then you come right back out. Try anything stupid, and it's your funeral. Here, this will get you in.
Tja, mal gucken, ob das meine Funeral wird. Ich glaube eher nicht. Hallo? Okay, wir können nicht reden. Hallo?
What? Got a problem?
Ja, euch. Howdy.
Something I can do for you, friend. Well now, always happy to have a visitor. Tell me what brings you by, friend. Little light on credits, are you?
Nee, was macht hier genau? Was macht hier genau, Alter?
Oh, it's just a modest enterprise, really. You could call me an importer and exporter. Inherited the trade from my daddy. But I'm sure you ain't here about my business.
Du beutest nicht länger verzweifelte Menschen aus.
Such harsh words. You wound me. Have I loaned credits to help those in need? Certainly. But that's no crime. I'm well within my rights to collect my due, and if payment is late, penalties shall apply.
What a scumbag.
Billy schuldet dir nichts, nur sein Bruder hatte Schulden bei dir.
Well, that's where you're wrong. Cal agreed to my terms, including collection from family on the event of his passing. It ain't my fault he dragged Billy into it. But make no mistake, that's exactly what he did. What's your stake in this anyway?
Das geht dich nichts
But
an.
you're making it my business. I have a legal right to collect what's owed to me. No law is being broken here.
Ach komm, ein paar Wichser weniger. Das kann doch nicht
How
schaden.
about I save us both some time and deal with you right now?
Okay, mach mal. Moment.
Now for an encore presentation of me.
Ach du Scheiße, das sieht ja gar nicht gut aus.
Just a busy imagination lately. That's all.
Dem geht's gar nicht gut. Ah, Einsteigerschloss. Ich glaube nicht, dass da was Gutes drin sein wird. Moin Leute, was geht ab da unten? Ja, dann mach mal ein Exempel. So. Ja, guck mal, ein Fertigkeitspunkt. Tschüss. Fertigkeitspunkte werden mitgenommen. Ach so, warte mal. Da draußen war ja wer, ne? Hat er das jetzt mitbekommen, dass hier drin geschossen wird?
What the?
Ja, okay. Er hatte es mitbekommen. So, das ist geregelt. Dann können wir jetzt noch mal gucken, dass wir unsere Infos bekommen. So war's. Dip-di-dum.
Oh, yeah. I've seen them at least 3 times now. They hit the bars, buy a lot of drinks, and talk up how great they are, how their unit almost won the war single-handed.
In other words, they're recruiting.
Yeah, pretty successful too. The locals really eat at that former war heroes crap. It's been more than 20 years. I think nobody would care anymore.
To a lot of people, war heroes is exactly what they were.
Yeah, I know what you mean. When I was a kid, my friends and I used to pretend we were 1st Cavalry soldiers fighting off imaginary UC troops.
A lot of kids play that game. He's with the syndicate, but he's on the outs. Dealing with him won't cause ripples.
Ja, ja, ist auch schon erledigt.
Talk to Goodman?
Ja, könnte man so sagen. Es wurde leider gewalttätig, ist nicht so gut für ihn gelaufen.
I didn't mean to put you in harm's way.
Ach,
Hoping
du.
he'd come around when he saw you were a Freestar Ranger deputy.
Took me about a week on the job to learn that doesn't usually work around here.
Okay, time for me to keep my end of the bargain. The woman you're looking for is named Grace Early. Stealing ships is her line of work. She usually comes here to sell the goods. Rumor has it she just finished a job for some mercenary outfit, and she's been throwing money around, so it must have paid well.
I know her. When she isn't out on a job, she's a regular at Madame Sauvage's. That's on the upper platform. I'll back you up.
Dankeschön. Dann wollen wir mal Grace Early zur Rede stellen. Ich hoffe, Grace Early ist aber auch Early. Sonst gibt's Prügel.
Excuse me?
Hello.
Hallo?
A Freestar Ranger and his... What are you? A sidekick or something?
Ich bin Freestar Ranger Deputy Gidi.
Well, I'm sure your mom is real proud. So how come I'm talking to the sidekick instead of the ranger?
This is the deputy's case.
Is that so? And you had to bring backup just for little old me? I'm flattered. Anyway, this ain't my first interrogation, so let's just get on with it.
Du hattest schon öfter Probleme mit dem Gesetz?
A time or two, maybe more. And yet here I am, walking free.
Ja, okay, gut. Also, ich glaube mit Bitte, ich brauche nur ein paar Informationen, das könnte helfen, Leben zu retten, können wir uns gleich den Finger in den Arsch schieben. Immer mal erstmal hier. Du steckst in Schwierigkeiten.
Oh, I'm listening with rapt attention, Deputy. I'm guessing this is the part where you tell me that you've got questions and that you expect me to answer them. That sound about right? What? Am I that distracting?
Nee. So, ich weiß, dass du das Schiff gestohlen hast und du erzählst mir warum.
Fine, yes. I jacked the ship. But look, I was just a contractor. I didn't even keep the ship. I gave it to some men. It was just a quick, clean job. I made sure nobody got hurt.
Du hast Söldnern geholfen, jemand Unschuldiges einzuschüchtern und zu bedrohen. Oder gehen wir auf die Farm? Ja, ich würde sagen, wir gehen auf die Farm, weil vielleicht können wir herausfinden, wieso, weshalb, warum. Ich glaube nicht, dass ich es weiß, aber...
Hey, all I did was provide them with transportation. They didn't say anything about where they were going or why. Look, I wouldn't have gotten involved if I thought anyone would be hurt. I've got no love for violence.
Not asking questions is just as bad as giving consent. If that woman had been killed, you'd be an accessory to murder. Did you think about that?
No, I guess I didn't.
So, Schluss mit dem Smalltalk. Sag mir, was du weißt.
It's not that simple.
Ja, komm. Wir haben hier ein automatisches Überzeugen, also Yeet.
I'm trying to figure out a way to help you, okay?
Müsste das nicht eigentlich durch sein? Ich würde dich nicht fragen, wenn es nicht wichtig wäre.
Maybe I can make an exception.
Okay, gut. Ich weiß jetzt nicht, was der Deal ist, aber ich gebe dir mein Wort.
I guess if I can't trust a Freestar Ranger, then I can't trust anyone, right? I was approached by a woman named Maya Cruz. Said she was a senior member of the First and that she had a job for me. She was working with someone inside Tech and pitched me on the idea of jacking a ship right out of the factory. We were deep into planning the job when she had some kind of medical emergency. She said she needed surgery and would be in recovery for a long time. That was a few weeks ago. Haven't heard from her since.
Hat sie gesagt, wo sie behandelt wird?
No, but it sounded serious. She was upset. Seemed kind of shaken, you know? Didn't seem right I should pry, so I didn't.
Hat Maya gesagt, wofür die First das Hopetex-Schiff braucht?
Only some kind of offhanded comment about their client wanting to expand the operation ahead of schedule. In my line of work, you learn not to ask a lot of questions. It tends to make people uncomfortable.
Und warum hast du so einen riskanten Job angenommen?
You serious? Take your pick. Money, reputation, the thrill of it. All good reasons.
Mhm.
Not long after that, I got a message from a guy named Marco. He said he was the money man for the First, and he offered half up front. Never met him directly, though. It was always through intermediaries and using encrypted slates. Got the feeling he was paranoid as hell.
Do you have one of those encrypted slates on you right now?
Yeah. Here. Take it. I'm done with all this. Anything else you want to know?
Hast du irgendwelche Möglichkeiten, die First zu kontaktieren?
No. Nothing at all. Left me feeling a little disappointed, given how well they paid me.
Hat Marco dir je gesagt, wo seine Operationsbasis ist?
Not so much as a hint. I'll tell you. He's as cagey a fixer as I've ever met.
Bankroll the First must take a lot of money. Sure, he's got all kinds of side hustles going on.
Was weißt du über die Männer, an die du das Schiff geliefert hast?
Nothing, really. I was told when and where to meet them. They paid me what I was owed, and that was it.
Mhm. Ja, das reicht vorerst. Danke für deine Kooperation.
Yeah, sure.
Next time you're at the Rock, you should give that encrypted slate to Ranger Alex Shadid. He's got a gift for cryptography. If anyone could crack that slate, it'll be him. I'm gonna head back. Good luck, Deputy.
Then I'm free to go.
Ja, aber wenn du noch mein Schiff anguckst.
Hey, you don't need to tell me twice.
Okay.
Oh, how many velocities did I have?
Woher soll ich das wissen? Frag wen anders.
Talk to Ranger Shadid at the Rock.
Ja, das hast du mir schon gesagt. Ich bin ja schon unterwegs. Mach mal nicht so einen Stress. Das geht alles nicht so schnell. Ich bin alt. So.
Ah, home, sweet home. Where did I leave my cozy slippers?
Lifting off now. Achieving orbit now.
So. Dann wollen wir mal nach Aquila. Und gucken, was wir so auf der Slate finden können.
Must have been a good jump. We're still in one piece.
Welcome to the Freestar Collective.
Oh, das Scan geht mir auf den Keks.
Scan complete. Go ahead and land.
Sehr freundlich. Ja, wo ist denn... Ja? Nee, nicht das leere Nest. Ja, okay, das funktioniert nicht so gut.
Hey, you might want this.
Nein. Behalt dein scheiß Essen für dich.
Aquila City's real.
Nobody's allowed outside the city walls after night.
Hey, Deputy.
Hallo? Am Ende des Ganges. Ja, doch. Ich muss irgendwann mal lernen, mich hier zurechtzufinden. So, Alex.
Our newest deputy. Hey, I wondered when you might come by. I'm Alex. Nia's report said you were heading for Neon? I've always wanted to go there. What did you think?
Warum fliegst du nicht einfach selber mal nach Neon?
Oh, I can't fly anywhere. Issues with my Eustachian tubes.
Hm.
Being in a pressurized environment is like someone taking a laser cutter to the sides of my head. It's not great, but at least I can pretend to visit the party capital of the galaxy by having you tell me about it.
War nicht so mein Fall.
What? You serious? Well, that's a first. I guess not everyone likes to have a good time. Speaking of which, on to business.
Business.
So, turn up anything useful?
Also. Kannst du mir helfen, dieses Slate zu entschlüsseln? Oder Ranger Price sagt, du kannst dieses verschlüsselte Slate knacken.
Did he now? Well, in that case, challenge accepted. It's only a matter of time before I know every dirty little secret stored in this thing. Now, if you get any more of these, bring them to me. It helps if I can compare different instances of the encryption they're using. Just look for me up here. I have no life, so I'm not usually hard to find.
Okay, du gehst nicht viel raus, oder?
Oh, why should I? Nothing but dirt, cold air, and Asha waiting for me out there. I like my nice, cozy, antisocial office space much more, thanks.
Kommt mir bekannt vor. Wie lange dauert es, die Verschlüsselung zu knacken?
It'll take as long as it takes. You can't rush a job like this. Well, one thing I can promise you, though, is that it'll go a lot faster if I don't have to answer silly questions.
Viel Spaß mit dem
Oh,
Ding.
I will. I guarantee it.
Sprich mit Daniel Blake. Wer ist das denn jetzt, Alter? Hier wird mit Namen um sich geworfen. Mein Gott. Falsche Richtung. Hallo? Mach mal die Tür zu. Wo war... Wo ging es denn nochmal nach oben? Da. Ach so. Der Marshal ist Daniel Blake.
Welcome back. Any luck finding out who stole that ship from Hope Tech?
Ja, ich habe die Diebe mit Ranger Price Hilfe aufgespürt.
Glad you got a chance to meet him. Sounds like you're making real progress.
Ja, so nach und nach. Danken kannst du mir, wenn ich die First ausgeschaltet habe.
Good. Stay focused on the task at hand and don't take your eye off the target. That's how a ranger should think. What did you learn from this starship thief?
Ja, ich sag mal, hier war ein Checkpoint. Ich habe den Namen von zwei hochrangigen First-Mitgliedern, Maya Cruz und Marco.
Well done, Deputy. Sounds like you've got a couple of new leads to follow up on. I have a guess who Marco might be. I served with Maya Cruz. She's a technical genius and an expert hacker. I could give you some background if you want it, or we can go straight to planning your next move.
Was kannst du mir denn noch über Maya Cruz sagen?
They said she was a child prodigy, which probably explains her arrogance. Even so, she was fiercely loyal to Major Hull. I don't don't think she'd ever give him up. If you find her, don't expect her to cooperate.
Okay. Und du glaubst, du weißt, wer dieser Marco ist?
There was a mech driver in the 1st Cavalry named Marco Graziani. He came from money. And when the 1st Cav got a reputation as the top unit, he transferred in. Rumor was that bribes made it happen. Marco had a knack for getting hold of anything we needed. There was talk the family fortune came from smuggling, and I believe it. He had this dream to become a wealthy businessman when he got out. But I guess that got put on hold when they locked him up.
Mhm. Dann gib mal Infos.
Like what?
Wohin würde man denn für eine langfristige medizinische Behandlung gehen?
Most likely place would be the clinic. It's in Freestar Collective space and provides the best medical services credits can buy. They also guarantee privacy, so it's an ideal place for someone trying to keep a low profile. Ranger Ben Armistead is posted there. I'll send him an update on the situation.
Mhm. Marco hält seinen Standort geheim. Wie kann ich ihn finden?
Around the time he got out of jail, we started hearing Marco's name in circulation. Word is he's heading up a smuggling racket. Based on what you've learned, I presume he's funneling his ill-gotten gains to the 1st. Ranger Autumn McMillan is out at Red Mile right now looking into the smuggling operation. I suggest you pool your resources. Just remember, that's outside Freestar Collective space, so we've got no jurisdiction there.
Red Mile, da waren wir schon.
Your priority is to gather more intel about the 1st. What are they planning? Who are they working for? Where are they headquartered? Just remember that your targets were locked up because they were loyal to their unit. They think the Freestar Collective betrayed them. In other words, you ain't gonna get a warm welcome, so be careful. Good hunting, Deputy.
Ich werde gut jagen. Hallo?
If you're looking for the Rangers, check the upper levels. Or the canteen.
Diego Monroe, at your service. Well,
Okay, heißt das dann jetzt, wir haben mehrere Quests oder müssen wir das jetzt nach und nach machen? Maya Cruz. Okay, sind mehrere Quests. Alles klärchen. Aber ich glaube, ich würde erstmal Barretts Quest machen. Nach Gagarin sollen wir ihn bringen. Zu der Anwältin. Das würde ich, glaube ich, als nächstes machen.
Alrighty. What's the plan, Captain?
Alrighty.
All thrusters firing.
Damit wir die Begleiterquest haben.
Rangers firing. Orbit stabilized.
Wir gehen nur in Alpha Centauri? Anscheinend.
Well, you didn't put us into a planet, so you must be in the right place.
Oh, egal wo ich hinspringe, ich werde gescannt, Alter. Werde ich.
Hey, you might want this.
Nein, will ich nicht, aber ich soll mit dir sprechen. Wo gehst du hin? Wo gehst du hin?
I was just thinking that this is about what Irvin saw all those years ago when he arrived. He probably stood here thinking that he was going to make things better. He had a good heart.
Was machen wir jetzt?
We need to reopen the case. See if there's anything that was overlooked the first time. We've done some legwork remotely, but we need to do some good old-fashioned investigating now. Hopefully it will be enough to clear Irvin's name.
Wir werden uns darum kümmern.
Oh, you remind me of him sometimes. Wanting to make things right. And when you said it out loud, you know, I actually believe we can do it. I just hope our lawyer is as confident.
Was kannst du mir über unsere Anwältin sagen?
Ellie Yankton. She worked on Irvin's previous case. Ellie is one of the few lawyers on this planet who's willing to take on the mining corporations in court.
Hast du alles dabei, was wir schon entdeckt haben?
I sent that to our lawyer already. I asked her to confidentially review what we found.
Hat diese Anwältin den Fall nicht verloren?
Yes, but listen. Nobody will stand up against the mining corporations around here. They're scared. She didn't want to lose the case, but she didn't have a lot to go on. Thanks to us, now she does.
Okay.
Right. She said she would meet us at her office when we arrive. Hopefully she can tell us what we need to do in order to clear Irvin's name. Let's stick together, though. Gagarin isn't a huge town, but it's not the kind of town that I want to get lost in.
Na gut. Hier waren wir ja auch schon mal. Kanzlei Yankton. Hallo? Achso, er sitzt einfach schon. Ich guck mich mal kurz um, ne? Okay, hier ist nichts. Ah, ich darf nicht machen.
Well, well, well. Barrett, you're actually here. Astounding.
Ellie! Ellie, come on. I promised we'd stop by, didn't I?
People make promises all the time, Barrett. And most folks try to avoid Gagarin, not visit it. Anyway, I'm glad you made it out here. We have work to do, don't we?
Wahrscheinlich schon. Was meinst du damit, dass Gagarin kein beliebtes Ausflugsziel ist?
It's not a resort. It's a working town run by mining corporations. You don't come here unless you need to, and you don't stay unless you have to.
Or unless you're a bright-eyed, optimistic lawyer who genuinely wants to make things better for others. Right, Ellie?
You're kind, Barrett. Yes, I suppose there's that type of person as well.
Du warst damals für Irvins Fall zuständig?
Yes. It was my first case as a bright-eyed, optimistic lawyer.
Well, starting your career with a defeat is rough, Ellie.
It was. But in a way, it made me more determined.
Gab es bereits andere Fälle wie diesen?
Not exactly, but similar cases. A corporation commits a crime and needs a scapegoat, so they select someone powerless to target.
The quintessential Gagarin tale.
Indeed.
Dann reden wir doch mal über Irvins Fall.
Down to business. Perfect. What do you already know?
So we already know that Irvin worked for Hephaestus Mining Company years ago, and they blamed him for catastrophic economic and ecological issues here in Gagarin.
Yes. He lost his case because he didn't defend himself, and we had almost no evidence without him.
Warum hat Irvin sich nicht verteidigt?
I recall receiving a message asking him to appear in court a day after his funeral.
An unfortunate reality of interplanetary legal communiques, I'm afraid.
Wie ist das Urteil
He
ausgefallen?
was publicly blamed for the economic woes, and his accounts were seized in compensation.
His account on Gagarin specifically. It was just the amount he was paid years ago for the job.
Right. They would have taken his assets and other settlements, but by law, his death prevented it.
Okay. Ja, dann sollten wir wohl seinen Namen reinwaschen.
We can bring the case to a judge here if we have new evidence or a witness.
What about the evidence we found so far?
Yes, well, about that. It's just not enough.
Nichts von dem, was wir gefunden haben, ist gut genug?
Not on its own, no. It's circumstantial. Helpful to support our claim, but not enough.
Was passiert, wenn wir dem Gericht den Fall mit mehr Beweismaterial vorlegen?
Best case scenario, we clear his name and his assets are returned, plus additional compensation.
Dann sollten wir wohl mehr Beweise finden.
In order for me to go before a judge, I'd like to have some solid evidence pertaining to motive.
Warum müssen wir ein Motiv nachweisen?
The courts won't entertain a challenge to its ruling unless we're sure that something major was missed in the original trial.
What was the motive from the original trial?
We had no solid motive after our witness withdrew his testimony.
Ja, mehr haben wir aktuell nicht, ne?
Something major. Documentation, recording.
Was ist mit dem Zeugen von damals?
Something.
It's been so long. How could we find anything like that?
I've thought about this a lot since the original case. The mine that Irvin worked at was shuttered in 2309. They probably still have documents relating to whatever happened there with him.
Barrett weiß, in welcher Mine Irvin gearbeitet hat?
Not really. All I know is that it's a Hephaestus mine from 20 years ago, somewhere on Gagarin.
I don't have a couple decades to wait for you to search them all, so we'll need to narrow it down.
Würde Hephaestus belastende Unterlagen nicht vernichten?
Not necessarily. To Hephaestus, it might be cheaper to run away and let the dust bury it all.
Ja, hast du dann...
That's where you come in. I don't know which mine he worked at when the incident
Das ist ja
took place.
perfekt.
In theory, you could find that information on a Foundry terminal, if you can access it. You'll need a passcode. That's the hard part. Besides the Foundry records, there also might be something in Irvin's apartment. If he knew he was being framed, he might have held on to some documents there.
Okay. Von welcher Art belastenden Unterlage reden wir
Dear
hier?
Diary, today we created an ecological disaster and then blamed it on an off-worlder. Love Hephaestus.
Funny. But you'd be surprised how often people write down things that get them into serious trouble.
Oh, do tell.
For comparison, I just finished a case against another company that was charged with illegally dumping waste near the town's water supply. Their permits specified a site that would have cost twice as much fuel, so they sent a memo to the driver to dump it at the first available location just outside of town.
They actually wrote that down. Classic.
Nice. Ja, ich würde erstmal die Wohnung machen, glaube ich. Da kommen wir einfacher ran. Und dann würde ich das andere, glaube ich.
Makes sense to me.
You've been hanging on to that old apartment this whole time, Barrett?
Yeah, it was easier to not bother with it. Not like it's worth anything in this economy anyway.
I hope you still have the key.
I have it. Figured maybe I'd sell it while we were here anyway. May as well, right?
Hopefully that's enough to work with for now. If you'll excuse me, I have to get some court documents ready for this case.
I should still have a key to Irvin's apartment. I hope it's worth our time, but I can't be sure. Irvin's
You have
old
questions,
apartment
right?
isn't far from here. I doubt there's much in there, but it's good to check.
Okay. Können wir über Irvins Fall sprechen?
Well, we still need more evidence before I can bring this up to the judge. Until that changes, I'm afraid there's not much more to discuss.
Warum eine Kanzlei auf Gagaren eröffnen?
I've always been passionate about environmental law, so coming here was a natural fit. But I'm not gonna lie. There were times I almost let go of the rope. Losing Urban's case really shook me. Imagine having all these wild ideas about how you were going to end corporate malfeasance, and I couldn't even win one case. But you can only cry about it for so long. I told myself to suck it up and win the next one, and the one after that. It didn't matter how many tries it took, I'd just keep chiseling away at the whole justice system until I made a crack.
Schlüsse führen irgendwann zu.
That's what I'm hoping for. You make losing expensive enough and companies will do the math. Treating your employees right tends to be more cost effective.
Hast du hier viele Mandanten?
Not as many as I should, given the contracts these miners are signing. Most of the time, I'm just here to remind folks they've got rights. A piece of paper can make you do a lot of things, but it can't break the law.
Mhm.
Good luck.
Na gut. Ach, das Apartment ist sogar hier. Ich meine, gut, ergibt natürlich auch Sinn, wenn er hier gearbeitet hat.
Finally starting to cool off.
Been an uptick in strongly worded graffiti recently. Guess not everyone's a fan of the new firms coming in.
Okay. Dann wollen wir mal gucken, ob wir was finden können.
Now I get why he wanted me to look after his plants. No windows, insufficient power for proper lamps. Oh, he must have been miserable. No wonder he wrote so much.
Okay. Ich würde sagen, wir bleiben erstmal hier auf der Ebene. Computer erforderlich. Okay.
Well, I'll be. If you ever doubted Irvin's genius, look at all this. Still chugging along 20 years later.
Was hat es denn mit den Kaktus an sich? Wir gehen mal erstmal an den Computer. Na, du Nudel. Erinnerung. Kauf der Wohnung abschließen. Jahrestag Geschenk an Barrett schicken. Treffen mit neuen Kollegen und Kolleginnen in der Bar. Dein Arbeitsvertrag. Irvin Madani. Du wirst in Kürze eine Mine sowie deinen Gießerei-Zugangscode erhalten. Die Minenzuweisung wird im Vertrag ausführlicher erläutert und der Code ermöglicht dir, auf Gießereicomputer zuzugreifen und weitere Informationen zu deinem Auftrag abzurufen. Wir freuen uns auf die Zusammenarbeit. Natalena Hattono. Aha. Antrag auf Jagdlizenz. Antrag im Rathaus eingereicht. Antragsnummer ERV 291. Antragsstatus im Rathaus prüfen. Willkommen im Team. Irvin, wir müssen reden. Es geht um den Job. Wenn du kannst, dann melde dich bei mir, bevor du den Job in Angriff nimmst. Helgi. Auftrag. Alpha Predator Nähe der zugewiesenen Mine der Hephaestus Mining Corp ausrotten. Details. Es handelt sich um einen hochintelligenten Alpha-Predator, der offenbar kürzlich nahe der neuesten Hephaestus-Mine aufgetaucht ist. Kontakt. Mir wurde aufgetragen, mit Dr. Helgi Haugsson zusammenzuarbeiten, um zu ergründen, weshalb diese Kreatur so aggressiv ist und ob ihr Verhalten mit der Minenaktivität in der Gegend zusammenhängt. Ich vermisse dich. Liebling, ich weiß, dass der Job auf Gagarin eine ganze Weile dauern wird. Also habe ich mir gedacht, dass ich dir zur Aufmunterung ein paar Blumen schicke. Schnauze. Ich weiß ja, wie sehr du sie magst, die nicht abgeschnitten werden. Daher habe ich jemand aufgetrieben, der eine lebende Pflanze hatte. Tada! Mach dir keine Sorgen um mich. Aja hat mir schon einen neuen Auftrag mit Sarah besorgt. Der wird mich auf Trab halten, bis du wieder zu Hause bist. Ich vermisse dich wie immer, Barrett. Ach Gott, muss denn das sein? Dann machen wir mal so. Das passt nicht. Das passt auch nicht. Das passt auch nicht. Da. Okay. Das sieht doch gut aus. Safe wird entriegelt.
Aha. Will you look at that? If we go to town hall, I bet we can get a copy of that hunting license. Is that Irvin's employment contract? Let me see.
Ja, lass mich mal sehen. Da. Mitarbeiter 2837 Irvin Madani. Verhältnis besonderer Werkvertrag. Details: Bestätigung erfolgt bei Ankunft an der Arbeitsstätte. Ort Mine H363. Bezahlung wurde auf das vom Arbeitnehmer angegebene Konto überwiesen.
No idea where mine H363 is, but we could search for it in the Foundry database. Hold on. Is that what I think it is? All right, we've got some solid leads, it looks like. The employment contract and the hunting license at Town Hall.
Das sind gute Hinweise, aber noch keine
Much better
Beweise.
than liquid or gas leads. That much is evident. It was a bit strange going through Irvin's old things, though. I was hoping for some old pictures, but nothing. What's that you have there? A plant?
Hat Irvin gesagt, wozu sie dient?
No, but I did find a few slates that might give us a clue. As well as a reminder to finish a physics paper that I never did.
Hat er das gesagt? Ich erinnere mich nicht dran, aber okay. Anscheinend hat er mal gesagt, dass Irvin auf euren Reisen immer Pflanzen dabei hat.
Yes, and he was always a remarkable species with an even more remarkable story. I wonder if the same is true for this guy.
Was hat es mit dieser Pflanze auf sich?
I'm not sure. It might not even be a plant. It might technically be a fungus. But there's probably a reason why Irvin tried his best to keep it alive. When we get back home, I'll go through some of his research notes. It might tell us something more about this plant. Hopefully it's not poisonous.
Wie kann sie noch leben?
Witchcraft, probably. But if you want a more scientific explanation, I have a couple of theories. It could go through states of hibernation, or draw moisture from the air the way epiphytic plants do. There's also that habitat dish Irvin set up for it, which gave it light and nutrients. Still, I'm not ruling out witchcraft.
Ja, keine Ahnung.
No, maybe not. but it helps me. Irvin was the last person to handle this plant. It mattered to him. No matter how the case goes, this warms my heart. I didn't expect to find it, but I love that I did. In any event, I'll go through Irvin's notes in more detail later. There's probably a flowchart somewhere with this little guy's name on it. Oh, on that note, we should give it a name. I'm thinking something simple yet refined. What do you think of Harvey?
Oh, klingt gut.
Then it's unanimous. Okay, the three of us should get back to it. You, me, and Harvey have a case to solve.
Alles klärchen. Aber ich will mal gucken, wofür ist das? Ebene nicht betretbar. Aha, da wird also noch was kommen.